Okay, so here we are at issue 10 of the build, and we're actually 1/10 of the way there, so only 90 more pieces to go. Yeah, as I say, I've got up to 30 pieces already, so I'm a third of the way there with collecting the parts, and we're a 10th of the way there with actually putting the unit together. So with episode 10, what we're going to be doing is continuing the head frame and the lens assembly. So let's get to it. Right, so in issue 10, we are extending the head chassis and also assembling the lens. Now, with the parts that you get for this issue are these two. There's two metal parts here, and you don't actually use them, this part of the build. So this is, again, they've sent you those extra pieces that you don't need just yet. So what we need now is the head to come back, and again we're using two of the screws and the nuts from a previous issue, and it says position DF11 as shown, so that's that way round, so with the little hole there facing north or 12 o'clock. Make sure that the two screw holes on top are aligned with the matching holes in the right pair of frames DF04 on the row. So I think they're talking about these holes here and that. So I mean, that's quite a bigger piece, isn't it? So we're obviously going up a scale as we progress with R2D2's head. So I would imagine then that's going to sit there. That looks about right. It's not too bad. And we're screwing down this time. So that's going to have to go there. And then the screw is going to come from above, like so. And we'll just pop that in there like that. I can feel that it's gone through and it's bitten quite nicely. So just show you through the top there, and then through the top there. So you can see it's actually angled nicely. It's been really well machined actually. Put that on there like so. Fit nut into, yeah, we've done that. Holding on to the nut in place. Repeat steps 4 and 5 to fasten the other one. Right. And I haven't been able to press down hard enough on the nut because it's come loose. There's always one, isn't there? So that is actually not taking for some reason. Let's have that again. And we will try. There we go. Now, get on there. It's just not going through. Okay, so what I will do is just to have a look. Is there any reason why that's not going to go through? Or a screw. If I've got a dodgy screw or a dodgy nut, that'll tell me. No. So I'm just obviously not lining it up properly just yet. So let's try again. Just put it in, hold in place. Put that through. These things will happen when you're making these kind of kits. It's like working on a car, you just can't, for some reason, one bit just won't line up nicely. But that feels like it has now. It's in there, it's just not tightening up as much as I would like it to. That's solid. That's got it. I'm quite happy with that. Now the only problem with this now is I can't sit it down flat, I'll have to sit it up like so. Now then, moving on to the second part, and this is assembling the lens. So we've got this piece, got the lens piece here, and you can see a little bit of reflection of super glue here, and that's because it tells you to super glue this part here into place, which I did, but unfortunately got a little bit of super glue on the plastic there. Luckily I haven't got it on the actual outer casing though, and what it says is whether or not you previously test fitted the tab on DP09 into the arrowed slot on DP07, make the joint permanent by putting a couple of drops of super glue into the slot. Press DP09 into place, making sure that it fits and fills the slot. Well, I've done that. So there's the lens. And the other thing is, if you're dealing with super glue, make sure you don't get it on your fingers, because we're going to be dealing with the lens here, and the last thing that you'd want to do is get super glue on that, because that would ruin the whole model. If you haven't removed the protective film, and that's why it's a good idea not to remove that protective film until you really have to. I thought I had some screws ready. Where have they gone? I shall find out shortly. I'm sure I've got some screws out ready. Oh, never mind. If you haven't removed the protective film from the lens already, do so now and then fit the lens into the mount DP10 like this. So it's showing you with the lens being held up like so, and they want you to fit that on there like that. And if you've got it the wrong way round, you'll tell, because it won't feel right. The dome should be coming out, not going in. So that's how it fits onto there like that. Make sure that the lens is fully seated in the recess in DP10, curving upwards. So that's what it's doing. If I turn that, you can see that it's curving upwards. Fit the lens and its mount into the assembly from step 3, making sure that it's the right way round and that the 4 holes in DP10 fit over posts in DP07. So there we go. And they're actually shaped as well. So I'm just having a look at that, because that shows that way around. Or have I got that? So hang on. We have that piece up here, and we have that facing down like that. Right, makes sense? There we go. And that'll fit. That fits quite snug on there actually. Okay. And now we need fix DP10 in place by driving a self-tapping screw into each of the 4 holes. Now I obviously didn't get those screws out, so let's go again. And these are the black self-tapping screws that we've used so far. I'm going to need 4 of them. Here we go. And that's going to sit nicely in there. You know what I'm going to say, screwing into plastic, don't screw it too tight. I think it's easy to get carried away when you're making things like this, and you sit there and think, oh, drawn shit nice and tight. You do that, you snap a piece off, and then you're totally messed up, and you might even have to order spare parts from Fan Home, which I would imagine that they do that, because this is still in production, unlike some of the Lego Mess kits that obviously Lego Mess went out of production earlier in the year, and there's a few kits that they were putting together but hadn't completed yet. So I feel sorry for anybody that signed up to a Lego Mess kit. Hopefully you'll be able to get the parts soon from another company. As I say, hopefully if anything happens to these R2 units, we'll be able to get new parts from Fan Home, because they're still very much in business at the moment. Future assembly, so just for now, this apparently is going to be attaching itself onto here by the looks of it. So yeah, so these slots here line up with that, and then that's where it's going to fit, apparently. Something like that. So there you go. That's the lens from R2D2. And that's where I'm going to wrap up this episode. So thank you so much for joining me. Come back next time for parts 11. And we shall carry on with this build. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.